Paul Atreides has visions of Jamis as a friend, so why does he kill him at the end of Dune? The adaptation of Frank Herbert's 1965 novel was met with wide critical praise upon release last year. The story follows Paul Atreides, Timothée Chalamet, and his developing powers of prescience which ascend him to messianic status. In the film, Paul gains the ability to see the future after prolonged exposure to the valuable drug native to Arrakis, spice melange. In his visions, Paul sees terrifying scenes of himself as a messianic figure to the Fremen, the indigenous people of Arrakis. His visions show him leading a jihad that commits genocide on a galactic scale, and witnesses the death of beloved friends such as Duncan Idaho, Jason Momoa. Several times in Dune, Paul also sees a vision of the Freeman, Jamis Babs Olusanmolken, acting as a friend and mentor to him. He becomes scared as more of his visions come to fruition during the film, such as Duncan's death and his mother's pregnancy. However, upon meeting Jamis in reality, Paul is faced with hostility and is forced to fight him in single combat. This highlights a flaw in Paul's visions in Dune, as he has never killed before. In a claim for power, Jamis challenges Lady Jessica after she overpowers Freeman leader, Stilgar, Javier Bardem. However, Jessica is a Bene Gesserit sister and cannot be challenged under Freeman law. Jamis calls for her champion, and Paul must accept. Jamis forces Paul into a position of kill or be killed. He has to protect his mother and his own life. During the duel, Paul quickly gains the upper hand and demands Jamis to yield. However, Stilgar points out, there is no yielding under the Amtal rule. Only death is the test of it. Although Paul has no choice but to kill Jamis, the action also forces Paul to develop in a way that fulfills his prophecy as Dune's chosen one, or the Kwisatz Haderach. In a vision before the duel, a voice tells Paul, Atreides must die for Kwisatz Haderach to rise. When you take a life, you take your own. Paul killing Jamis can also be seen more metaphorically as Paul killing the boy he is and becoming the man he needs to be to fulfill his destiny as a leader among the Freemen. By the end of Dune, Paul realizes how essential it is that he kills the man who could have become his friend. Paul killing Jamis also elevates him. Jessica among the Freemen. Paul also secures his life as well as Jessica's by killing his potential friend. While they aren't immediately killed, Stilgar mentions that the fates of Paul and Jessica will be decided once they reach Sietch Tab, a community where many of Dune's Freemen originate from. However, killing Jamis allows them to become accepted among the Freemen, which is essential if Paul wishes to reclaim Arrakis, destroy the Harkonnens, and avenge his father, Duke Leto Atreides, Oscar Isaac. As Stilgar tells him after the fight is over, you're one of us now. A life for a life. Killing Jamis also reveals to Paul that his visions of the future are not always certain and that they can be altered. This is important to Paul as he now knows that his galactic genocide is not inevitable. Having to kill a potential friend is a sad reality, but in killing Jamis, Paul finds a new sense of freedom. Paul's first kill is a difficult experience, but he smiles at the end of Dune as he now realizes the future is still within his control. Audiences can discover more about Paul's future when the second film releases next year. Director Denis Villeneuve's follow-up, Dune, Part 2 has started shooting and is currently scheduled to release on November 17, 2023. Herbert's novel is always available for filmgoers who can't wait until then. Key release dates: Dune 2 release date, 3 November 2023.
turns to. You